Hey, welcome to Spitter Swall Beer Review. I am Jammer.
And I am Shagdog.
Hey, Shagdog, guess what I've got here? I got Jdub Brewing Company's out of Sarasota, Florida's Bell Cow Milk Chocolate Porter.
Bell cow.
Yeah, it's 6.5 no, I'm sorry, 5.6 ABV. It says right here, well, there's nothing fancy about this one unless, of course, you consider a generous portion of high quality chocolate fancy. Oh, and we added a nice amount of lactose to give this beer a touch of sweetness, resting on a balanced portions of chocolate crystal and black malts, as well as a touch of flaked oats. At the bar stool or on the farm, we hope you enjoy our milk chocolate porter. Moo!
All right. Yeah, I'm doing the People's Porter from Foothills Brewing Company, which is a downtown brew pub apparently in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. This
Is
one
that one
gets
of those
a
socialist brewing companies?
could be. I didn't really look through all their beers, but I mean that one looks like Fidel Castro. All these Democrats about the people, all right, socialist and all that kind of crap.
Yeah,
Extreme left, I guess I shouldn't say all Democrats.
yeah.
Yeah, so this one is English Porter, 5.8% ABV. People's Porter is a robust English style brew with a dark ruby hue. Complex chocolate, caramel, and toffee notes give way to an herbal bitterness, finishing with a pleasant hint of espresso. 42 IBUs and it's Shagdog's nephew's, possibly his favorite beer.
Mm.
It says that right on there. No, it doesn't say that.
Beer Advocate gives this bell cow a 90, and it's considered an American porter. So that's one thing. Although I don't agree with a lot of Beer Advocate's grades, I just
That's true.
there's some on the mainstream beers, the more popular beers that I can agree with, but some of these uh, off the beaten path type beers from these small breweries and so forth, they seem to judge them very harshly.
Yeah. Adjunct lagers, man, they really give them some bad scores, huh?
Yeah,
I mean, there's
I can see.
surprisingly there's a couple that's in the 60s or 70s, but most of them are like 40, 50
Yeah,
for adjunct lagers. Yeah.
and I can get it to a degree, but you got to look at. Let's face it, I'm not a big fan of Bud Light, but the majority of people seem to like it. Whether it's because
Yeah.
it's cheap, or whether it's because it's brand loyalty,
Right.
or what. It was the number one selling beer.
Yeah. It might be again. Now I'm not sure. Maybe not, but
Um,
might get back to it.
I don't like ever trying them or anything like that. I think I never liked Bud Light, Budweiser in general, all that well much.
Yeah,
You
I
know.
would only drink it if I went to a bar and say they had Mick Light, Bud Light, those type of beers on draft, and that one was on sale as the cheapest one, and I was like,
Yeah,
one of my crappy jobs I used to have or something. Oh yeah, let's go to the cheap stuff.
yeah.
Although I did do that with Bud Select. Was it? It wasn't the Select 55. It was regular Bud Select. I had that cheap at Cheers all the time, and yeah, I regret drinking that shit.
Yeah. Well, Shagdog mine is dark with some mahogany hues and
Oh,
um, nice tan or
yeah.
beige head. It looks very creamy. It's lingering. It's
Oh
not
yeah.
quickly dissipating all that fast at all. And there's little hints of red when the light hits the spear, barely, because it's very dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, let me see my visual. Mine's dark, but it's not black. It's like a really dark brown, and there's a hint of maybe a little reddish brown in there. And when you hold it up to the light, head's gone, but the head is like a tan to light brown head, but it's almost a film now.
Wow. Well, let me tell you, this is it becomes enchanting, almost mesmerizing with the rich roasted malts and sweet chocolate that I'm smelling here. I mean, it's got a little caramel smell,
Get it all out.
and I'm squeezing the cow.
You got to stroke those teats.
uh, but I'm getting caramel. I'm getting like a little whisper of vanilla, and a faint little nuttiness when I took a whiff of it earlier.
Hmm.
Uh, it's like like an early morning, especially like winter. You crisp winter morning. You walk into a bakery or a kitchen. Or even better yet, I remember as a kid, my grandpa, he lived up in the mountains, and he had electricity, but he didn't have a electric stove. He had an old wood stove because the winter.
Do you have an
When
electric
winter
car?
hits, no,
Yeah.
but he had an old wood stove, and when you came down in the morning on especially a cool mountain morning, that stove with the wood burning, the smell of
Oh,
that,
yeah.
and coffee and breakfast cooking. It's just very warm and very,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying.
Right.
It makes you feel nice.
And if you smell it now, it's a good. They say your
Memory.
scent. Yeah, your scent is the. I forget how they explain it, but your memory is your
Yeah,
scent is your best. For all your
yeah,
senses or something.
and that's the kind of stuff that this is causing to
Damn.
come into my mind.
There we go.
I'm gonna go ahead and give mine a sip while you're
All right.
t- telling your tale.
Oh yeah. I don't have a tail, but yeah, I smelled that already. No, I didn't. Yeah, it smells chocolatey, caramel, maybe a little bit of toffee notes in there, like I said, and maybe a slight hint of espresso. And they say it's 42 IBUs. You might pick that up a little bit bitterness in there for the scent, some type of
Yeah,
hops. I'm ready to drink it though. I've been waiting for the people's. I
yeah.
actually did this one about a week and a half ago when I was in North Carolina, but I did it at a restaurant and it
Hmm.
came out crappy, the video. And then I found it at a bar a couple days later, so I bought it again. I said, I'll just redo it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So cheers, comrade.
Cheers.
Comrade.
Man, my first sip of this was not very nice, but second, it kind of mellowed out. And I'm not talking about nice, usually it's like bitter or too much coffee or something like that. Some crazy. It just tasted very alcohol.
What's the ABV on it?
It's only 5.6,
Oh, wow.
but it tasted uh, either that or like it was going bad or something.
Mm. I can't remember if we did that one before or it sounds familiar, or at least the brewing company sounds familiar, Jdub.
This, I'm getting the sweet milk chocolate. I'm getting the roasted coffee and the caramel and toffee and that kind of stuff. But there's like a hint of dark fruit in there, and vanilla's there, but it's just like I said earlier with the aroma. It was just like a whisper,
Hmm.
and I do get a taste that lingers of chocolate and roasty, almost coffee
Yeah.
aftertaste. But it's not one of my favorite porters or milk chocolate porters either.
Yeah, this
Might
one's
just
go
be
ahead.
that I didn't get a good one.
Could be.
Go ahead, there, Shagdog.
This is kind of weird because it's almost like easy drinking
Mm-hmm.
beer, almost like a stout, for instance, like a Guinness, the thinness of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it does have the flavors aren't really prevalent. There's the most prevalent flavor is the coffee. There's a light, strong coffee taste. There's a strong coffee taste in there, but it's very light, And then you pick up a little bit of the chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
In the top, but it's really easy to drink, I should say. And there's a light coffee. There's not a whole lot of flavors though. You can pick it up a little, but it's just hints. I would just say it's an easy drinking porter. Maybe a good intro porter for some people.
Something that will lure you into thinking a certain way.
Yeah.
And then when it's all said and done, it would turn around and slave you and cause you to regret your decision.
Right.
Is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Similar to
regret
socialism or something.
And what you did to your fellow people and generations to come.
Yeah.
Oh. Boy, I probably should have ate something. I'm feeling that in the belly already. Ooh.
I had eggs this morning with toast.
Because I've been up all night, so I did eat around 3 or 4, I think. So I did have some baked ravioli. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, I wasn't going to drink today, and Jared calls me up. Hey,
don't let me down.
I'm up early. I'm going to do some beer reviews.
Yeah, I told Shagdog, don't let me down.
Right, and I was like, man, I don't want to do beer. I'm still hungover a little bit from yesterday. And then he talked me into it. I was like, you know what? All right. I'm going to do 2 or 3. I'll probably end up doing 4 or 5 by the time it's all said and done.
Yeah, we're taking it nice and easy. Nice and slow.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying now. And that's what I'm saying now. But about 4 or 5 beers later, it'd be like, oh, come on, one more.
It might end up like that. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let me down.
Yeah, I don't know if that's just a little the people's porter. It looks like Fidel Castro a little bit. It might even look like my nephew if he dyed his hair dark and beard.
Reminds me of Rosie the Riveter.
Yeah, Rosie
she had her arm up too like that.
Yeah, but he's holding the beer though.
Oh
wait, no, he doesn't. He's not. Wait, is he? Yeah, he's holding the glass. It's just kind of dark. You can't see it hardly. But I think it's supposed to be Fidel Castro. Yeah, you know what? When I was in North Carolina, you'll get this in a lot of areas these days too. People are just they're brainwashed. They're all like part of the system. I mean, even with high inflation has been over the last 3 years, they're still going to vote for this regime that's in there right now. Are you kidding me? And as soon as the day he got in there, he started signing all that shit. Executive orders. The first day he was in there, what did he do? Like, I forgot. It was a shitload of executive orders he signed on his first fucking day. First day at work, you want to walk around the place. Even though he's vice president before. But, maybe enjoy the Oval Office and just sit there and think about what you're going to be doing for the next 4 years. Instead of just fucking ruining the country the first day you get in.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course, I don't think he made any decisions. They probably just put that shit here. Mr. President, here's all the stuff we got to get rid of that Trump did. Here, sign all this, all 90 pages here.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one, Shagdog. I really do.
Hey, awesome guys. Hey, man, 71. Yeah, I haven't seen him in a couple weeks. Hey, man, 71. Don't let me down.
What happened to my music? It just went off into...
You must have lost it.
I accidentally clicked on our...
I got to do an update later, too.
On our... I get notifications whenever you do beer reviews and when I can jump on and do beer reviews.
Yeah.
And so I accidentally, when I went to swipe it, clicked on the link.
Oh, the notification. Yeah, I thought I heard.
Video.
Yeah. I thought I heard your voice for a second, or my voice, or something.
But yeah, people are brainwashed, though. I mean, they really are, because they just blindly accept to pay these high prices. It's like eggs, right? People are still paying way too much for eggs.
Yeah, at least they're not as high as they were. What was about a year and a half ago with the avian flu in North Carolina or wherever it was. But
I can tell you right now, if you were to just say, you know what, I'm going to do without eggs for so long until they lower the price.
Right.
I guarantee you they would eventually lower the price if everybody decided that.
Mm-hmm.
That's just too much to pay. Yeah.
Yeah, people
But
won't get together like that though. They'll get
but
together over stupid shit
yeah.
and boycott something over stupid stuff, but not something serious that like prices being outrageous or anything.
Yeah, and I mean, look at the hamburger meat. I mean, five,
Oh
six
yeah,
dollars a pound.
yeah,
What the world? What are you talking about? You know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, I used to buy 2 or 3 pounds all the time. Now I only get like a pound.
And a lot. It's like I was in the store and this lady came up to me, and she was asking me what are you, what was it? What do you cook? What kind of beans you cook with ham hock or whatever like that? And I'm talking to her, older lady, and she goes, this used to be the food that was basically trash food. It was the cheapest and throwaway food. That the people would just it was waste material. They didn't really do much with it. And poor people would grab it up and eat it instead. Or buy it from the butcher or whatever, because it was the cheapest stuff. He was selling it really dirt cheap.
What, ham hocks?
Ham hocks and knuckles and
Pig's tail? Stuff
all
like
that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she goes, now look at this. It's what I forget the phrase she used, but it was like the price of what steak used to be.
Yeah, like it's a delicacy or something,
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, pig's tail, man. It's hard to come by now. It's so pricey. That's a delicacy. I never had pig's tail. I did have ham hocks once, but I didn't like it because I don't know if it was actually what I thought it was. On sticking out of it was like hairs or something sticking out of it. I don't know if that was what it was, but I was like, yeah, I eat this shit.
It's just like goat and all that stuff. I mean, yeah, I've had it. It's not my particular type of meat,
Yeah.
or flavor that I like. I mean, yes, I understand you can dress it up and make it taste better and all that stuff, but I mean, look at the pork rinds. All that is the skin of the pork, the pig, fried, deep fried.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really think about it, it's not great. Oh, there's Orpheus Wanderer.
Oh shit. What do you say?
Head cheese. Yeah.
Hog head cheese. Yeah, I've had that before.
Yeah.
That guy that used to work at Likes down in the barrel room when I first started there, boy, he'd armadillo, hoghead cheese. I ran over that turtle. He was like, was it a gopher? I was like, no, it's a turtle. He goes, no, it's a type of turtle. I'm like, oh, next time you run over a turtle, bring it in. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to load it up for you.
He wasn't working there when I ran over the alligator. When I came back, and I was going to work one night, ran over that damn alligator towards Fort King Hill. And then that whole week, man, alligator, horse, one day going home, traffic's all backed up. I'm like, what the fuck's another alligator? There's a horse running around, escaped from one of the pastures over there. And then another night, another day going home, traffic's backed up again. I'm like, what, now it's a fucking horse again? And this time it was people were stopping. It was on the side of the road. It was a Florida panther dead on the side of the road. Someone probably hit it. It was a pretty big cat. Yeah, I was like, holy shit. I had to come across that damn thing.
That's why you saw the horse and everything running around.
It's probably stalking them. It was like 2 days later, so probably the cougar or panther was stalking them or something.
Crazy shit.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to give my grade on this. Now, the Beer Advocate gave it a really good grade. I don't quite agree with it, but I will give it a B- and a swallow.
Yeah, this is got an 85 or some shit. Beer Advocate 87.
I can read your mind.
Yeah, I don't even think it's that great. It's a really easy drinking porter. It's not real bad, but it's not a lot of flavor in it. I'd probably give it almost a B- just for the easiness of it, but since it's not a flavor, a C+ and a swallow. C+ and a swallow. There you go. Sorry, people.
Mm-hmm.
Next time, make it Americans or some type of American themed beer. It might taste better. call it Patriot beer or some shit like that. Tea Party beer, something like that. They won't like that. All the Dems didn't like that Tea Party stuff.
They crazy
Yeah.
shit.
Now they have. I was going to do the background. They had like that guy, some woman, something else looked like a hop. I guess it was a picture of like all the different labels. They had 4 different labels of their beers. I was going to do that one because it looked pretty good. But of course, they all wouldn't have fit in there. So I might have had the woman or the hop behind me. Yeah, so. Yeah, not bad though. I mean, I don't mind funny stuff like that, as long as it's. But if they're really thinking that way, I don't know,
Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, but then again, you're free to think the way you want or choose to. Here in America, that's a gimme. I give you that.
But it's really dumb when you think everybody can share shit and it's all going to be equal. Someone is going to be still taking advantage of the system and stuff. You can't be. There's no equal. And they were talking about women today. Like there's one video I was watching about. This guy was going around Compton, white guy, asking people who they're going to vote for. And this one woman was saying some nonsense that we should get rid of the government and we could do it all of ourselves. We get together and work it out. No, and he said they even proved that one time where it's women thinking, and you need somebody to be the leader and who's a good leader. So someone that comes in and say, this is the best way to do it, and someone that leads by example. And
the Beatles said we could work it out.
Yeah, well, that's communist thinking right there, Beatles.
Now, I'm going to tell you right now, like you said, it sounds really good on paper or in your mind. It sounds everybody going to get their equal share. Everybody's going to have everything.
Everybody's same pay.
Yeah, but somebody is going to have to divvy that out. Somebody is going to be in charge of something, and they're going to get the best food. They're going to get the best vehicles, the best housing, the best protection, the best health care.
All right.
All that stuff. And that doesn't change. And human nature always wins out.
Right. Animal nature. Because you look at even insects, there's a queen bee, queen ant. Animals, you have like the pride leader in lions, all these different animals. You got the alpha dog for the wolf pack, right? You got all this shit. Even in the ape communities, you got the head ape,
And eventually they fall, but it takes a long time usually.
Yeah, and he establishes order and control. Who the hell is this? Oh, my cousins call me. I don't think he's watching us.
Well, you want to answer it? Go ahead.
Okay.
Mute your mic.
Hey, what's up?
Me. Yeah. So anyway, it's crazy. You're always going to have somebody in charge, and they are going to become corrupted, because people, they just don't live up to. They may do it for a while, and they may be good and everything, but eventually, people do get corrupted. It's very rare that you meet somebody that stays tried and true all the way to the end. And absolute power corrupts absolutely. So, and I had people at work. They experienced having to flee their country because of war. They came to America. One is thankful to America. They appreciate America and appreciate everything they were given and how they have been treated fairly and equally and everything. And one who has been treated the same way still sides with Russia on a lot of stuff and sides with Russian thinking and everything. And I'm thinking to myself, you fled your country because of war and everything and came here. And you've been given all these wonderful things. You've lived here for over 20 years and you've enjoyed all the wonderful things America has to offer, and they've embraced you and given you all these things. Yes, you have to work. Yes, you be able to get most of the stuff. You have to work. But you've been given a life, an opportunity to live your life, and be treated equally and be treated fairly in comparison to some other countries, and you still side with. I mean, that's messed up thinking. I mean, I'm sorry, but why would I side with a country that is doing all these awful things? And I'm not saying Russia is. I'm just saying, the ongoing story has always been Russia and China. Russia and China are always doing all these bad things and everything. And granted, we as America have done a lot of crazy and bad things in our history. The one good thing is most of the time we will acknowledge it, and we have gotten away from that. We haven't continued that behavior. We've gotten away from it, and we tried to make up for it in many different ways. But I don't know. It's pretty darn wild to think at all in any kind of way that are going to be treated better somewhere else. But then again, people believe what they want to believe and get brainwashed. If you don't believe that, just remember this: in the late '80s and '90s, you used to have to, as the news, you had to basically report things that were, to your best knowledge, could be traced back to being 100% true. You had to have pretty significant amount of evidence to report something to say this is what happened and everything. And you had to give opposing viewpoints an opportunity to rebut your opinion, if it was an opinion, or sometimes rebut a report and everything of news. Well, I forget what the law was called, but the law wasn't renewed. And then in the 90s, all of a sudden we had news entertainment. It didn't have to be true. It didn't have to be honest. And they could do and report anything they wanted to. And that happened. You have the news entertainment system that we have today, which is like a covert CIA type test project, basically, manipulating the masses into believing anything they want just by constantly repeating the same terminology over and over again until you finally believe that this or that is the truth. I wonder when Shagdog's coming back, because so anyway, let's just go ahead and wrap this up. I'm Jammer, and that guy there is Shagdog. Golly, I can't believe I have that. I gotta watch this stuff. I put the karaoke songs on so that I don't have to pay royalties and everything. Anyway, Spit Swallow Beer Review. I'm Jammer. He's Shagdog. We'll see you on the next one, guys. Take care. Hasta la vista. Sayonara.
One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.